Okay. So, like you all know, we are here for the talk on the idea of thinking, which we believe is the beginning of entrepreneurial journey. So here today we'll talk about, how do you look for problems, how do you develop solutions, and how do you basically begin your journey of entrepreneurship. Okay. Sorry, there is some problem. Yeah. So I think Shravan has covered this part. He has introduced me. I have just quickly about me. I've done my bachelor's and master's in chemical engineering, and I hold uh, 4 years of experience in the research field, and I've published multiple papers and filed patents. Okay, so what we are going to do, we'll start this session with a quick, some quick fun questions. So what you can do is you can go to the chat option on the Teams window where our coordinator will be posting a link. You can go to the link and you can just select the option that you think is right and just submit. So that's the only thing that you have to do. And we'll see, which answer gets the most, voted, which is highest voted. So, Shravan, will you be able to put up the poll on the link?
Yeah, sure. I'll
I
put
think
it
Yeah.
up.
Aradha's doing the polls. That's not going to be an issue.
Okay, not a problem. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me know when the poll is up. Can Abhishek, can you look at the screen and just let me know what is the most voted answer? Then I'll go back to that screen.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
As soon as it
So
is up,
guys, quickly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. I know you will not
Yes.
be
Yeah.
able to see both the things together.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So guys, don't try to look on internet. It is not an exam. Definitely, it's just a quick fun question. So just go to the chat option here, and there you'll see the link posted.
yeah, they are still doing. I don't think it's up
Okay.
yet.
Okay. Sure.
So
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
it's I can see the question.
Okay.
So yeah.
Meanwhile, I just got message from one or two students that they did not get the link, so I'll just forward them the link.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, just a quick note in case your friends may have not received the link, you can share it with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can do that. It sometimes goes into the spam, so like you always have to check all your folders.
Yep. We have 50% responses already. Right now the
Okay.
lead. Oh, I should wait. Probably. Yeah, I should
Yeah. Yeah.
not give.
Just wait. Otherwise, others will get biased towards that response.
Yep. So we are still waiting. We have 55 responses. I'll let you know the answers as soon as it hits 65.
Okay. Okay. So fast, guys. Just few more seconds.
10, 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Do we
Okay.
have the winner?
We have 60 responses, so we can probably give that. The winner is
60 response. You mean 60% or 60 number of
people have
responses?
voted. 60 people have voted, or
Yeah,
in
I
total.
think
Good, right?
that's good because there were some 65 people who had joined. So I think four are just we, the team members.
Yes. So clothing, shoes, and jewelry get 61% of votes. Electronic gets 31%. Beauty and personal care gets 0, and home and kitchen gets 6%. So the winner from that poll is clothing, shoes, and jewelry.
Oh my God. And Abhishek, do you know what's the correct answer for this?
It
I,
is
I
home and kitchen, right?
It's home and kitchen, which got like 6% votes. Okay, okay. So we'll come to the discussion part where we'll ask you like why do you think the clothing, right? Clothing, jewelry part is the most popular category. So I think some people missed the question. So it was among sellers and not buyers. So it's not like which is the most purchased or bought product on Amazon. The question was, which is the category which is most popular among sellers? Like, if you were the seller, which category you might think would be, it's buzzing and, I should get into that category if I want to sell on Amazon. Okay, anyways. So next poll coming up, there's one more poll. So just wait for it. It's again a short poll.
Yeah, the poll is
Hope Aradhya is okay.
yes. Priya,
Great.
can we show a question on screen as well? If we have
Yeah,
it
yeah,
open. Yeah,
yeah, yes.
yes, that would be better.
Okay, guys, quick, don't think so much. Just write uh what your gut says.
Yeah, कौन बनेगा करोड़पति fastest finger first.
Fastest, yeah, this is actually this is how we envisioned it, that okay, we'll have this audience poll. We need to have that big buzzer.
Yes. Yeah, we are touching 60, I think. So
We're touching 60. Yeah, I think 60 is good. Because yeah,
good.
it's okay.
Okay. So
Yeah, okay. What's the
79,
winner?
80% of people say it's Nike.
Okay,
10% people say it's Decathlon. Puma gets 1% vote and Adidas gets 6%. So the winner, according to the people, is Nike.
Nike. Okay, and what do you think would be is the correct answer?
I mean, I know what's the correct answer, so
Yeah,
you can go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. So correct, but you can tell the correct answer, right?
Yes, it's Decathlon.
Yeah, it's decathlon. So I'm thinking like a few of the people might not have visited the decathlon stores or might not have really seen a lot of it in advertisements because see, Nike and all these are like very old companies and at least nowadays you have decathlon only in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So I'm guessing like few people might not have visited or experienced what Decathlon is. So, but yes, Decathlon is the largest sports company. Okay, so now we'll just quickly hear you out in this thing. So we talked about two companies where we were discussing which is the best category, which is the largest company. So okay, I heard a shrieking sound. Was that just me or uh,
Some unwanted mic on. We can continue.
okay, great. Okay, so this is the question that we wanted to ask, discuss with you basically that what do you think are or is the major factor which makes an idea successful? So when I say an idea successful, it could mean a business successful, product, solution, anything, industry, anything. So what according to you is that factor? You can maybe think about any company which you feel is very successful and just think from that perspective that okay, probably this is the factor that making it the most successful. Maybe you could take the example of Decathlon or somebody who thought Nike or something. Okay, so the floor is open. Anybody can jump in and give answers.
Yeah, guys, you can just unmute and give the answers. That's okay.
Ma'am, the
Yeah.
idea should be well structured.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Ma'am, the idea should be well structured.
Structured.
The
Okay.
idea should be well
It
structured.
must
Okay,
affect,
yes.
you must first see how it affects the consumers. So that's maybe how the idea has to be. If you're
So
talking, if you're
basically,
talking in a business point of view.
Okay, so something like a value proposition, like how is it going to
Yeah.
benefit the customer? Okay, that's also a good point. Yeah. Okay. What more?
There should
What
be a
others think?
realistic and proper planning for that, and the vision should be correct.
Yeah, vision. Vision is, yeah, again, a very important factor for any business or product idea to be successful. Okay, what else?
Or it is
Creating
solving
a
a need.
demand.
Um,
We can also put it on chat, guys. If we cannot
Yeah,
speak,
you
we
guys,
give answers on chat and we are reading through. So anything is okay. You can unmute yourself, tell, or you
yeah.
can also put it on chat.
Creating a demand for the product.
Okay.
Okay, so it could be two
And
ways,
it,
right? Either you have think of the product and you are creating the demand, or if you feel that there is already a good demand and then you are creating the product. But yeah, having a good demand, large demand is a big factor. Okay, what else?
Or it is solving any
I
real life
think
problem.
Yeah, so that is more like what how is it benefiting the customer? Is it like solving a big problem for the customer? So that's kind of something that you can think of as value proposition. What kind of value it is bringing for the customer? Okay, yeah. What else? I could hear a few more people.
The
that particular
idea of the
product.
product should serve a purpose. It should basically eliminate the problem that the customers are facing.
Right. Yeah.
That particular product or service should be innovative, and it should
Yeah.
and much.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Okay. So shall we move ahead, Abhishek?
Yeah,
Shall
we
we
can.
also? Okay. So we'll also give you the answers that we thought, could be like the most important factors. So one is scalability. And you can just take the example of Decathlon that we just talked about. If you have gone to the stores, it has everything. Like it has everything that you can require, and you can, require in terms of sports and fitness. And it has big stores. So it's able to scale itself. That's why it's able to offer its products at such affordable rates. So somebody mentioned how innovative the product is. So that's very right. Novelty, because example is, maybe here you can take example of Apple. So in the premium phone segment, it kinds of holds a monopoly, that it has the highest market share, that people go to buy Apple products when it's they want to buy some premium electronics. Leadership, value proposition, like all of you guys mentioned these points. Margins is also, we feel, is something very important for an idea to be successful. Like how are you able to crunch your cost and offer it at a price which is affordable for people also, but it's also giving you good margins. Okay, so good exercise, yeah. Uh, okay,
Actually,
so now we'll, yeah,
sorry,
yeah, Abhishek.
things back on this.
Yeah,
So see, when people, a lot of people say the idea should be innovative and they see at a product. Now, if you compare Decathlon with Nike, right, both are sports companies. But when Decathlon came up, they looked at it. They looked at the whole market and they said, see, the market is not going to change. How can I still offer the same products at the level of what consumer is asking, but in a different packaging system, right? So what they
yeah,
did, they came up with the whole store. The experience became so simple. So for them, it was not about competing with Nike at a product level, that my shoes are better. That is never their motto. Their motto was, how can I still capture that market by not changing the fundamentals of product, but by thinking it from a different perspective. So sometimes the idea is that sometimes you need not create a new product altogether. It can always be thinking of the same product, looking at differently. When Amazon was
yeah,
there in India, what did Flipkart do different, right? They are also the same company. They are also a delivery company. How were they able to take that market? Because they looked at the whole structure, found a small problem in that, and they were able to. Okay, that was interesting value proposition of an idea, but yeah, those are my 2 pennies. We can go forward.
okay, yeah, yeah, that's right, Abhishek. Okay, so okay, we'll just move on to the other part of the talk. So I don't know about you guys, but like me, Abhishek, Pushpin, Tushar, when we started out with this Think Now Classroom concept and year earlier, we had this question in mind that there are so many companies, there are so many products, people are solving problems. How they first of all find out which problem that they wanted to solve? Like this was a big question in our mind. What problem do we solve? So then we kind of talked to people. We understood that it's not always that people have to find problems which are hurting people, or problems like hunger or pollution. You Everybody doesn't have to solve that. You can also look for opportunities around you and just think that, okay, maybe if there was a service or a product uh, here for these people, maybe it could make life maybe better in terms of maybe more convenient, maybe making something cheaper, maybe making a process faster. So it doesn't have to be a problem which is just out there in the open. You can look for opportunities everywhere. So we'll give you one example. We are actually going to discuss one example of that, and this is a personal story. I mean, this is few of our friends while they were developing their product in their startup, they actually went through this. So what happened is, this article came, which was around this woman. She was 49 years old, and she just volunteered to go and live in caves for 500 days. And, she just took these things with her, uh, camera, 60 books, art and whatever she thought that she could do inside the cave. Though I don't know why did she take the camera in for doing things inside the cave, but okay, that's her choice. Uh, so they told me, our friends, they told us that they were just going through this particular news article. So this is a simple news article. I mean, we'll just probably we read many news articles every day. But what it helped them, how it helped them was basically they thought that, okay, there are lots of people who are into exploration, into going to treks which are longer than a week, going to places where you might not have grocery store or electricity everywhere. So there are lots of people who do that stuff. So can we uh, now this is the opportunity that, okay, this could be a problem which people who do exploratory trips might feel. So now can we come up with some innovative products or services for those kinds of explorers? So, just what we were telling, that it was not a problem out there in the open, but it was more like an opportunity which they kind of thought about when they read that article. So anything you see or read can be the source of your can be the source of inspiration for you to get directed towards a problem. Okay, so now what we'll do is just pay attention to the next few slides. What we are going to do is I'm going to give elevator pitch for three business ideas. So elevator pitch is nothing but just like a 1 minute description of the idea, very uh, basics of the idea, and then we'll again put up a poll and we'll let you be the investor. So you are the investor for me, and you have to now pick that, okay, which is the business idea where I'm going to put, say, 1 million or something, like in case you have whatever. Uh, so just pay attention to the products that I tell you about. Okay. So yeah, this is the first product. Um, okay. Once you are finished, I can start. Okay. So this is the first product idea. This is a portable water generating bottle. So a lot of places you do not really get filtered water everywhere, or probably just consider that you have gone for a trek which is like which lasts longer than a week, and you don't do not have a store in between. Of course, you are trekking, you are probably on a hill or something. So you cannot carry water bottles for 1 week. It's a rugged terrain. You cannot really carry cart or something. So you have to, this kind of a bottle will solve your problem because you don't need to carry filtered water. It has a filter candle which has multiple layers, and it will remove, microorganisms, any heavy metal traces, any kind of, contaminants in the water, make it less turbid, and then you can drink it. The major features of this product have to be are, it should be easy to carry, it shouldn't be very heavy, and it should be able to filter the water through the candle in minimal time. I mean, it shouldn't take like a day to filter one bottle of water. And also you can like filter the water multiple times, like not just like one bottle of water, but like say you can fill it 100 times or 50 times a day, and you don't have to really change the filter candle. And just a simple limitation of the product would be that you at least need to have some minimum level of cleanliness of the water that you are putting in to for it to clean. Okay, so this is the first product. The second product is a multi-purpose heating pad, like something like this. So, like you might know, again, when you travel for longer times, you do not have uh, the option to eat out or eat in a restaurant because that's just not very healthy. So you always want to cook for yourself, or maybe just boil water. Just stick to a simple example. And also sometimes when you go to cold places, you need something to warm yourself, to warm your body. So either you take space warmers or some heaters, but the more number of devices you carry, the more you have to be worried about, okay, I have to charge this, I have to charge that. So what we are offering is one multi-purpose heating pad, which can be used to, boil water, which can also be used to warm your body. You can just, put it across your hand or your feet to warm yourself. And the features of this product are it's portable, it's sturdy, it consumes less power, and it can be recharged using solar energy also, so that you don't have to carry many batteries. The only limitation of this kind of a product is that the temperature control has to be very accurate. So say it has modes like low heat where it can be used on body, high heat when it can be used for boiling something, boiling water. So if the temperature control is not accurate, the person can get burnt. So, and the material that you choose to cover it when you are using on skin has to be, very skin friendly. So this is about the heating pad product idea. The third idea we have is a solar powered dryer for clothes. So basically, this I think everybody might have experienced that wherever you are, you kind of, sometimes get soaked in water because of, the rain, or you swam in river or waterfalls when you are on vacations or you are on the beach. So your clothes get drenched and you do not have the option of changing, new having new clothes every day, or how do you basically store these drenched clothes? So our solution is a portable dryer. It's again solar powered, which you can kind of unfold like a laundry basket, and the air moves circularly inside, and then you can kind of it just throws out the moist air from this mesh. And yeah, the only limitation here could be that you would need large amounts of energy if you want to completely dry your cloth, and it also needs few hours of sun to just get charged. Okay, so these are the three products: portable water generator, the bottle which generates drinking water, heating pad, multi-purpose, and the solar powered dryer. So now you guys will get the poll, and you can just vote which idea you might invest in. Okay, so I hope Aradhya, you are putting up the poll.
Yeah, ma'am, it is there.
Okay.
So that as of now, we are not talking about how much is the cost of the product. And just uh, imagine you going. I'm looking for an investor and I'm asking these are the three products that I can manufacture. what would you like to invest in? So from that perspective, we are asking what would be your vote, which one would you vote out of the three, right? Cost,
Yeah,
viability, all those things will come into picture at a later stage of the
yeah,
product design. We
yeah.
can
Think it from the investor perspective and not the customer perspective, that which is the idea that you think might sell, might be, very successful 5 years down the line. Yeah, Abhishek, you were saying something.
no, I was just replying to people on chat, so they
Okay,
had this. So um,
okay.
that's fine. As of now, most of the people are saying portable water bottle, right? We are still getting the
Okay.
responses, but that's
Hmm.
where majority of votes are. But we are getting more responses as we speak,
Okay.
and that could be because uh, heating pads requirement is more on the colder countries and not in India, right? I mean,
Hmm.
if I
Hmm.
were to
Hmm.
go there, I would think that a variable temperature heating pad would be a much better option because it gets colder in the mountain areas. Because, but we are thinking probably from the Indian continent's perspective, or
Correct.
where it is not cold. So that is why probably potable water is one thing that
Hmm.
that is being highly voted right now.
Yeah. Potable water probably also is something that's just like not just for the exploratory part, but in India, like you have a lot of places where you do not get proper drinking water. So this could,
Right. Yes, that makes sense.
अरे एल्विश भाई के आगे कोई बोल सकता है क्या? एल्विश
okay, so that was some rap.
एल्विश भाई के
Yeah,
आगे कोई बोल सकता है क्या?
with the name of hacker. The guest name is hacker.
मोए
Yeah.
Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
Not a
Oh
problem.
no, that's okay. We were expecting that. Oh, because we have like taken lots of classes before, so you know. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
how many votes do we have, Abhishek?
we can go ahead, I think.
We can go ahead, right? Okay. So
It's
which
a
is the winner?
portable water bottle. Yep.
Potable water. Okay. So, but honestly, if you ask my review, I would have actually gone for this option because I have felt that this is the problem of, having your clothes drenched or wet is something that, I mean, if somebody has gone even just for 2, 3 days to a hotel also, then also sometimes you have those problems. So I feel this like caters to more number of people. But yes, of course, everybody has a different philosophy of thinking, which could be the best-selling idea. Okay, so now this will be, I think, the most important part of the talk, where you will understand how do you basically develop the solution, how do you develop the product. So we just wanted to share that the stage that you guys are at right now, where you are looking at a problem, you are developing a solution. So our team was at that stage just an year back. And so instead of talking about the theoretical steps of entrepreneurship, we would just take you through the major steps that we went through as Think Now Classroom and how we progressed at each of those steps. So I think that will help you to understand how you can apply the same concepts for your problem or the solution that you are developing for the Sparkle event. Okay, so first of all, just identify, if you have not till now, just identify a broad area of the problem. So I'll just give you an example that our team, we were like most of us have done our masters, and when we were doing our masters, we kind of realized that there is some kind of a gap in education or in the education that we got in school because we were not really trained to think on our own to come up with new ideas. So that was something that we could relate to, we could understand. So that's why we chose that problem. Uh, so you can choose a problem which you are maybe a little familiar with, or you see around yourself, or maybe your family is engaged in that sector or something of that sort. So just choose something which you can, at least you have some connection with. Okay. Identify stakeholders. By stakeholders, I mean, say for in our case, it would be school principals, school teachers, children, parents. So these are the people who we have to get involved with to deliver our product or to make our product. Okay. So just identify those people because you will need their help along your, idea development. So second step is the explore ideas part, where you basically, just when you have found out the area, you list down uh, the problems that you think are there in that area, and then you keep going to reading articles, talking to people who are related to that area. So, like I said, the stakeholders. Uh, Talk to those people and try to like start eliminating problems that okay, maybe I was thinking this is the problem, uh, and so this is the solution, but probably this is not the problem. But uh, this will help you to kind of get a good analysis of the market that okay, these are the things that could be improved upon, and these are the ideas that could help solve these things. So for example, we had multiple ideas in the beginning that okay, let's have a curriculum program for the teachers who could teach students how to think on their own, how to think innovatively, have a maybe uh, a learning center in a shopping mall where kids could come on weekends and do certain activities. So we had multiple ideas, uh, but then you have to screen those ideas. So for us, idea screening, or basically keeping the one that you want to go ahead with and eliminating the others, for us it was more like what is more feasible and what is something that we can do. So for example, opening a center in a shopping mall is a good idea, but we could not start that at that point. It required, capital investment. It required us being in that city, in that store. Uh, and we knew that in a shopping mall, there are so many things. So that's like a big competition for, it would be a big competition in that segment to basically attract people to come to our learning center. So different people could have different ideas about how do you select the best one. Like somebody could think that, okay, maybe this idea. Okay, so maybe this idea requires probably 5 crores today. It requires big money. But I can see that 5 years later, in the Indian market, this product could have a big demand. So I will go with this idea. So people could have different philosophies around or school of thought around which idea that they should be picking. But ours was mostly around what is we are capable of doing and what idea are we more passionate about. Like we want to solve this particular problem. So those things helped us to ultimately, boil down to the idea that we finally chose. Then after you have chosen your idea, you go to product development, which is like considered to be the most important stage. And when I say product development, you don't have to get the sophisticated, the best product in your hand. This is just the minimum viable product, something that can just help you prove that okay, this is the product or the service that is able to solve the problem that I started out here, that okay, this is I'm going to solve. So for example, for us, it was not the full-fledged program, but it was for us like a mini 1 month of course which we could delivered to, say, just 10 students, and we could gather feedback from the students, from the parents, to see how the course helped them in their life. So that was like a minimum viable product for us. Uh, so, for example, in the heating pad, it could be maybe having a uh, small patch of the metallic conductor or the circuit, and with that, if you can just validate your idea that okay, it's able to control the temperature very efficiently. So the minimum product that you can come up with to prove your point. And here you also have to think about what are the basic features in the product that you have to solve the problem, and just leave out the fancy ones and the ones which are not really required to solve the problem. And after you have done that, you go to explore. Now, if this was the product, how do we uh, take it to the market? How do we take it to the customer? So many people feel that this is something that you do at last, but what we understood was this is something that has to be done parallel with product development. Because if you're going to, say for example, if we were going to schools to sell our product has to have a little different features. Like it has to adjust in the vision of the school, in the philosophy of national education policy, and different things. If I have to sell it to parents, you know, it should fit in the schedule of a student. It should help the student individually to progress in his or her life. So these two also go hand in hand. And as you can see in this pyramid, I have mentioned networking and team building, across the whole process, because we feel so networking is nothing but talking to people, talking to new people, so to say, because this like really helped us. We talked to people who were part of education sector, even with people who were not part of it, but were working on novel products, so that we could learn some of the approaches from their story and apply in our product. So so this is like, I feel very important for you to develop any product, because this will give you lots of insights. This will like break all the myths that you might have regarding the problem or your solution. People will give you feedback that okay, this is not that this sector requires. You were wrong in thinking about this whole problem. And team building, like you can start with few people in your team, but along the way you will kind of meet new people. You will understand that okay, there are people who relate with your idea more. So then this is also something that happens continuously along the process. Okay, so we can stop here for quick question, or I'll just quickly, show you how the product development journey worked for us. So we started out with very basic stuff, like I said, the minimum viable product, where we just thought that, okay, let's just work on the communication skills of students, and let's do like a Sunday morning class. So this is what we started out with. Then we, with talking to principals, talking to parents in big cities and small cities, all types of people. Then we understood that we need it's not just communication skills that is lacking, it's the cognitive learning. Like kids are not able to apply what they are learning in a very simple question that I asked them. Like if I ask them, where can you apply the concept of ratio and proportion that you use, that you learn in your school in real life? So like people were not able to answer such questions. And then we moved on to like, why having a Sunday morning class? Let's just imbibe it, include it in the school curriculum. Like in school itself, you have like two classes every week, and it's related to the course or the syllabus that you are studying in that week in school. And then finally, what our product came out to be is something that helps develop thinking, research, and entrepreneurship mindset in students. And we do it through, boot camps. We organize boot camps slash workshops every week, and we take students from different schools, and anybody can approach us and sign up for those boot camps. So what we are trying to develop is basically, first of all, are you able to think on solutions? So say, for example, I say that okay, there is a food delivery company and it used to use 50 motorcycles to deliver the food. Now it can use only 25 motorbikes, and it has to use 25 bicycles because of the fuel cost, because of the pollution policies, whatever. So can you think of, just upper level, just top level solutions that, as a manager, what are the things I could do? And then probably more at a research level, that okay, now can I use the topics that I have studied in school, probably say coordinate geometry or something, to maybe develop an app, a software which can direct the orders to a bike person or a bicycle person very effectively, so that in minimum time we are able to deliver food to maximum people. And the entrepreneurship level, are you able to, when you think about this software or an app, are you able to think that okay, how will I actually uh, create a market for this? If I'm including this app, can I increase the price of my service? All those things about things that you consider in entrepreneurship. So this was our journey, and through which we wanted to tell you that you start with a simple product that you can think of right now, and as you go along, you will be able to go to the product that's able to solve your problem. Okay, so yeah, just to this slide is just to give you uh, an example that when you develop your product, just keep a chart of, or just keep a list of your aims, that okay, this is something that I want to achieve through my product, and just keep looking at it again and again while you are developing the product. Okay. Okay, so that was about the entrepreneurship talk. And this is our team. You have met Abhishek. We have people in our team who are, data science consultant. Pushpendra is, consultant for the innovation part. He helps companies, evolve their products, get innovative products. Tushar is the marketing manager at a company. These two here have worked in the education field for, more than 4 years. They are involved with students. And yeah, so this is how you can reach out to us. This is our Instagram page, QR code. So you can, like, apart from Sparkle, also, if you have any idea that you want to discuss on with us, you are feel free to reach out to us. And on our Instagram, we like post thought-provoking questions. They something like, I think if some of you might have seen that on the Instagram page, that what if two trains collided in vacuum? Probably relating it to how do in space, when two bodies collide, what happens? So those kinds of questions which we think and talk about. Um Okay, so before we open the floor for questions, we just wanted to tell you that we are organizing. So, like I said, we organize a boot camp session every week. So, January 1st week, we are organizing again, and the topic is business plan development, which is something like, how do you go from uh, problem, customers, market research, challenges, marketing. So, how do you develop the whole business plan for a product? Uh, So those are the things that we are going to discuss in the next workshop. So you can like reach out to the Sparkle community. They will let you know when and how to sign up for that workshop. Okay, so I think we can stop here and let's take questions. Probably just stop here, whatever.
We can stop at the Instagram page. So if someone wants to scan it, and then we can just
Yeah,
continue questions. We had a few questions.
we
Kshitij
have
was
few questions. Yeah.
asking, yeah. Kshitij was saying that he Googled and they Googled, but Nike was the biggest company not decathlon. And I understood, okay, is that true for also India? But that's not the case, right? And Kshitij, you're right. As a global company, as an older company, it has the biggest market share, but not in India, right? And I think we missed
Yeah,
that bit in the question, but we were really talking about that as. And we have to also see, for example, right, what is the year-on-year growth for a company? Which one is growing at a higher scale? Can your
right,
company is thinking about a problem when you're thinking about a solution? Can it grow on a year by year basis? Can you actually scale it? The one of the idea propositions whenever you're looking for a solution, can you actually really scale it at that level? And Decathlon is able to do that, right? So that is a very important factor there.
right.
Yeah. We had exactly the same question. Then, yeah, if someone has a question, go ahead. I'm just reading to this chat. Yeah, yeah. Satvik Sharma, how many times are you going to do the same thing? Right? It doesn't make sense anymore. It's the same dance that you're doing. Um,
Same done.
yeah, but in India, okay. There was one more important question on the heating pad.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was again from Shitesh. He said, "See, if your heat dryer is already going to take more than 2 3 hours, why not just use the normal Indian thing?" I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. One sec. Let me just disable him.
Yeah, you can just like mute or some people.
Through different IDs, kids these days.
Oh
Anyway.
my God.
So
Okay.
what Shruti was sorry, Khushi was saying. Sorry, my bad. Khushi Singh was saying that if your dryer, the one that solar dryer is going to take 4 hours to charge and dry, why not just dry it directly in the sun? And very valid point. I don't have an answer. So if someone else has on the team, please do it.
Hmm.
Right? You can. Why if it is going to
Okay.
take 5 hours to solar charge and then put your clothes there and then dry it, just put it directly. Why not do that?
Okay. I'm just thinking about like few of the places that I've stayed where you couldn't really open the window and go to the balcony. Like there was no balcony and you couldn't really open the window in the hotel. Uh,
Hmm.
Also,
Okay.
uh, what when I thought of the dryer, I just think that it's definitely going to take lesser time than the normal drying because say there could be sun in the daytime, but you are not there to dry it out. I mean, say you are using the product at a different time, so you can always keep your the dryer to get charged. I mean, the charging time for a dryer would be lesser than how much time you would need to dry that product, dry your cloth. Because if it's charged, then you have the flexibility of drying it anytime. This is
Right. And
what I feel.
see, okay, Khushi, let's take it further, right? That is a good problem. Supposingly, I come up with that initial,
Yeah,
what Priya was saying, that initial viable product was that, hey, let's just put a solar panel with our dryer. But then the problems come up, right? As you said,
yeah.
अरे इतना ही time लग रहा है. Then comes the new innovative part, right? How can you decrease the time?
Exactly.
How can you increase your efficiency of the product and still sell the same thing? And that is where that triangle keeps coming into picture. That you do the initial betting, then you go back, you talk to your team, you do networking, people will tell you the problems. You told us a problem, we'll go back, you'll start from the scratch. And then that's how, no product in the world ever
Yes.
has been done by a single idea. It is always a loop. You think about something, you create something, you think, because your idea, the problem happens always is, if humans, whenever that it's their idea, it's always the best. There is no way it can fail. But when you talk to people, they tell you, no, no, this can happen, that can happen. So very good point. And that is what the response
Yeah,
would be, that if you wanted to see that demand, right, you will always have it.
yeah. Right. Yeah, but I mean that's the right thing that just like you pointed out the problem. So now this is the starting point for you to work on that. Okay. So any more questions? I mean we
You
have
can
time. We can take more questions.
Yeah, people are raising hands. Can you guys actually post it on chat and we can pick it up from there if everyone
Yeah,
starts? So please.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we
Khushi,
can
we
just
do not
start.
have Discord. We are working on it. So once we get the Discord, we'll put that link also on Instagram, and then probably you can follow from there. Um, Tejashwini Sinha, was your question answered? I know there were some chats, conversations happening. So, are you about the expertise thing? Is that are you satisfied with that answer, or do we want to discuss? Just put it on chat and we can take it over. So upload try like discuss is the idea of making paper. Okay, there is one question by Sid Mehta. He says, is the idea of making paper from banana stems, which are being wasted after banana harvesting, a good idea?
Okay.
It's an interesting
Uh,
idea to me. So Priya, you can
yeah.
tell.
Yeah, so there are like I have heard about lots of products where they are using some kind of a natural peel, natural waste. I was myself involved in such a project. That's definitely a good idea. I mean, you are using something that's a waste or that's there in the nature, and you are using it to make paper, and probably that's just helping you stop deforestation. So, like, where did you get this idea? Uh, was it Sid?
It was Sid Mehta, yeah.
Okay, Sid Mehta. Okay, so I mean, this is a good idea, but again, see, just to think of uh, a product idea in terms of, how it is or how innovative it is. So if you ask that, I would say, yeah, this looks like this sounds like an innovative idea, but yes, this could, uh, uh, you know, uh, involve lot of testing and experimenting with the product. Like you have to take the stem, you have to like see how do I compress it, how do I make it into a paper, will the paper be flexible, will the paper just crumble, or so you have to do lots of making of the products, making different types of products, like different thickness, and just testing out the properties of the paper. So definitely good idea, but it only depends on how much do you research on it before you get to a solution which is like which can actually substitute your uh, the paper that we use. Does it have the friction that you require to write, or all the property that original
In,
paper has?
yes, in addition, I think Sid, if that is your truly, and Priya, please correct me if I'm wrong there.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, is that Sid, you have to also, because you are going into an industry which is heavily available with a lot of product, right? So then you have to see if you want to still capture the whole market. Let's say I want to replace everything with banana stem papers from the business side, right? Every paper that is available today, if I want to replace that, then your product should also be competitive in terms of price margins. But if you're saying no,
yeah,
I am only looking at sustainability and I'm not looking the whole world, but I'm only looking at customers who are more earth friendly, then you can still space it out, so that is a good value proposition that you have to talk about, whether you want to capture the whole world. If that is the case, then your paper should compete with all the papers that are available in the market. But if you're saying no, I am satisfied if only 5% of people capture my market, and I'm happy with that, then yes, then you can start working on it, start building on it.
yeah. So you basically have to choose which is the factor that you are going to take your product ahead with, like which is your factor to make that idea successful. Okay, so who else? Like, do you have
Pragya
more
Singh,
questions?
yeah, we have a lot of questions. So
Okay.
Pragya Singh was saying that should the idea be related to market trend, or it should be how much innovative it is for the future? So the question is, when you're thinking about a problem, are you looking at what the current market is doing, where it is heading towards, or should I think ahead, future may, and see if for the future it will be innovative? Which one should they choose?
Uh, I mean, both go in hand in hand. Say the market is such that the customers at this point of time do not need that product. I mean, the market is such that your product is not required. So then I would say you should listen to the market. But you feel that probably like if I start developing this product 2 years down the line, I see that there could be a demand for the product that I have because it is very innovative. Uh, then probably you can go ahead with that. I mean, I would not, I can't say that, okay, this is something that you should choose and just forget about the other one. You have to kind of take both into consideration.
Mm, So I have a antidote or idea of it, right? Let's look at again. I keep going back to Amazon and Flipkart, right? Flipkart at a starting stage was looking at the trend. Amazon entered India. The brothers had worked already in Amazon, so they knew the market is moving towards online deliveries. So at that
Hmm.
stage, they were there. But to capture the market, they had to come up with cash on delivery. That was an innovative product that no one was doing,
Hmm.
right? So you
Yeah.
spaced out in the real market where the market trend was moving. But then to be really able to capture the market, you had to go other way around. You had to innovate a new product. Same thing with Uber, Ola, right? Uber was already there. Ola did not do anything innovative there. But when it came to India, Ola realized that it cannot follow the same business plan or the same plan that Uber is following. And that is why Ola got succeeded in India, but not Uber, right? The OTP
Right. Right.
funda. In US, no one gives OTP to the Uber driver. But in India, that was it. So they had to create a new sub product to become safe so that people can be there. So market trend captured with the future. And now Uber in US is capturing that OTP funda back to them because they see that as a future innovation step. How can you still continue to work about it?
No, that's right. It's
Make,
a very valid example.
make
Right.
something useful from Pragya says, is it a good idea to make something useful from a wasted or dried flower, which is surely wasted in large number of temples? There is already
Yeah.
a company came last year in startup, Shark Tank India, which was doing that. I believe Fool. They were able to do two things. They were able to, and Alia Bhatt is invested in that. So they take all the flowers, they make scent agarbattis and candles, and then they sell it across. So again, I'm
Oh,
not saying it's not a bad idea, right? You never want to look for a product which is a monopoly. You can always enter a market which already has a competitor. But then you look at the
yeah,
competitor and
exactly.
see what different can you do? And that is where more because you don't have to then worry about whether market is there or not. For example, in the starting, someone was saying create demand, right? If someone has already created demand for that product, then it is very easy for you to penetrate that market instead of you creating a market and then also the product side by side.
Yeah. So you can always look at, the product, the full product that Abhishek told about, and you can see that, okay, what are the things that it is being used for, and what are the details of the the development of, those things from the wasted flowers. And you can always come up with improvements and, things that maybe a better usage of that. So yeah, there's always scope for improvement. So that's what we said here, that you don't really have to solve a problem which is like nobody has solved. You can always look for improvement. Okay, so what next?
I'm searching. I am not sure. Tejaswini, if we have answered your questions, let us know. Kushi says, even for heating pad, I have an idea that we can make bags with waste plastic paper, which was useful. Varshita also gave a idea we can discuss if you want about we can have bags made with waste plastic paper. Um, uh, Normal, proper, no, fancy bags, probably. That's what I'm thinking here.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
Mm,
that should be possible. Because like there are few news articles that I read that said that they're able to make roads out of plastic. Like,
Hmm.
of course, adding more stuff, but yeah, plastic was also the component there in making roads. So yeah, that's a possible. There are a lot of there's like a lot of research on how do you use plastic for different kinds of applications. You can definitely check that out and see the kind of bag that you are thinking, whether that is, related to what is being done.
There is a company in Mumbai. It's an NGO. They take all the plastic and they create really beautiful jewelry out of it. You can look at.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a full-fledged company. It's a proper NGO. They hire people and they recycle all the plastics. They make jewelry and then sell it out. So that is something where you can start looking and then look at it and then build your own market from there to just get an
hmm.
idea. Keshav had a question that, sir, will the idea of AI power content creation in which we offer people to create with creative tools like automatic video editing, content summarization, or article generation? Is that a good space? Develop AI systems that assist in creating graphics and designs and be successful. You want to take that, Priya?
I
Or
think you take this, Abhishek. I think you would understand it
yeah,
better.
correct. So Keshav, ChatGPT, and a lot of tools already are doing that. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that again. The idea is, but do not for this idea, do not start at the basics, right? Uh, a very important factor would be first look at what is available. I have seen a lot of videos by Tanmay Bhatt. He reviews all these things that you're talking about: automatic video editors, automatic web page creators. Do look at him uh, on his channel. He has a abundant amount of knowledge on AI systems, right? He has a full podcast with great software engineers. They talk about all of these. So look at that and find out what is
Okay,
there, right? Can
interesting.
my I was thinking of this idea, can I use AI to create DJ music, right? Everyone else is creating a lot. OnePlus came up with their own uh, app called musicstudio.ai, wherein you type what mood you want, what kind of genre you want, give some words, and it will create a music for you. So that's a good space, but can you
Okay,
create DJ EDM music for yourself? And that becomes a great business plan there. So
right, right,
definitely
right.
AI is a place where
Yeah,
you
these are
should.
very like a lot of creative solutions and like just the same type of technology, but you can kind of think about so many more products.
Correct.
Yeah.
Can your ideas scale effectively? Assess whether the infra. Okay, well, that's I don't know if Pranjal had written a good point. It's just a point, I think. I think that we will take it there, that you have to always think that can you scale your idea effectively, consider what is the potential growth and expansion, assess whether the infrastructure, resources, and technologies can be supported. When you're starting, at least that is important, right? That you look at all these things. Is your idea, and we talked about it when we are saying what makes an idea successful or a business successful.
Yeah.
These are definitely the things, whether you have the infrastructure, whether people are ready to invest in that idea, so on and so forth.
Right. Yeah.
Launching, maintaining products.
I
uh,
think the investing part is still something that, I mean, you can consider it at the point when you feel that you'll require large capital. Because not all products and services require large capital to start out with. They do not need 10 investors in the beginning. So, I mean, that is a consideration, but not like the first consideration, I feel.
hmm. Action steps. Guys, if I missed someone, please you can open your mic and do, because I'm not able to find. There is a lot of conversation happening across, but yeah,
Oh, okay. I'm missing out out on the interesting conversation on the chat.
correct. Integrate smart LEDs that can be adjustable to provide an optimal light condition for different plants. The system can simulate. Okay, again, Pranchal had a good idea. We can it's an interesting idea, so we can discuss this. It says and smart LED light that can be, and I think you have to answer, Priya, because you have already worked on mushrooms and about the light thing. So they are saying it's
Hmm.
a smart LED which would adjust itself. Oh, just a sec. I think
Sorry,
and
I could only hear this
yeah,
clicking.
yeah. So yeah, we can't do anything about that. So they are saying that you look at the plant, you identify which plant it is, and then based on that, you provide the optimum light for it to grow. The system can
Okay.
simulate natural sunlight and adjust the intensity and duration based on the plant and type of the growth stage. So
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
single LED, but it does its all intelligent stuff and then figures out.
Intelligence. Yeah, so that is actually very much possible. It's just that, first of all, you need to start out with the database of, okay, uh, an, an AI which can identify the type of plant. That's the first step. uh, you identify your simulation software identifies the plant. It has a database in the backend which just maps that, okay, if this is the plant, this is the amount of light that you need in the seed stage, in the vegetative stage, in the fruit stage, in the flower stage. And it just, and actually not just one light. I actually have a system at my home which is the hydroponic system, which has the LED lights at the top. It has like 10 lights, and it has different wavelengths. So for plants, it matters that what kind of wavelength of light you are providing during fruit stage or vegetative stage, because sometimes they have to grow leaves and sometimes they have to grow, flowers. So that product can very much be developed, and I have actually seen one or two products of such sort developed by MIT actually, where they in a lab they created like completely artificial plant growing system, and they upload certain recipes about the plant which if you at sitting at some other place can download and just match those requirements and create your own whole plants. So yeah, that is very much possible. Okay, so what I feel is the other product ideas that we have. So we, anyways, in the next class, we are going to discuss about business plan development. So what we can do is our team will only come up with one example for the business plan. We will take up your ideas and we will try to fill these kinds of charts with the ideas that you give. So you get a better understanding of how do you develop a business plan. And also, if you want more discussion, you can just reach out to us on Instagram or on a website, and or you can email us your ideas, and then we can just respond you around those things. Does that work, Abhishek? Because I
Yeah,
think
that's great.
it's an hour, and the Sparkle team might need to go.
On something else.
Yeah, like they might have planned other events also. Okay, so we had more things, but I think we have completed 1 hour. So let's just take other things in the next class. Okay.
Thank you,
Also,
ma'am.
Yes.
I just wanted to, yeah, just a quick note that there were some people who enrolled in the courses on Think Now Classroom. So just let us know that was it just that you were trying to fill the registration form and it got filled, or you were like actually interested in the beginner, intermediate, or the advanced course. So beginner 2 months, intermediate 2 months, advanced 2 months, and every week we have one class and one home assignment for like in each of the courses. So basically 1 week you need to give 1.5 hours for the whole course. So whoever is like genuinely interested, just drop me a message, or just there's a WhatsApp number and there's the email ID as well. So just drop a message that you are interested in that, and then we'll get in touch with you on the other details.
Hello.
Yeah, and some people also one more point. Some people uh, downloaded some certificates. So the certificate on the website was just a template that when you complete the course, you will get such